Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens. I am the CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am so excited to come before you today and talk about the dangers of excuses. That's right. Today we're going to be talking about the dangers of excuses. So when you come in, do me a favor. Say hello. Say hello. Let me know what state you're tuning in from. Give me your name. Let me know, what you got going on. And bring your questions. The more questions that you have, the more engaging this live will be. I am streaming live on Instagram. I'm streaming live on Facebook. I'm also streaming live on YouTube. So make sure you also join us on all of our social media platforms so you can stay in the loop, okay? Quick bio about myself. I'm the published author of 4 books, Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom, A Dad's Redemption, 10 Ways to Eliminate Debt by Writing and Push, Promote Until Shipping and Handling Happens. I'm also responsible for collaborating with executives and entrepreneurs and authors around the world and helping them to publish a book to have global impact and also to create multiple streams of income. And who doesn't want to create multiple streams of income, and who doesn't want to be influential? So if you want to do those things, I encourage you to join us here at Sophisticated Press and become a part of our writing community and take it even further and become a part of our authors, right? So I want to talk to you today about excuses and the dangers of excuses, because I've been noticing that, you know, excuses are always available. There's always going to be an excuse that you can use to justify not doing something, not reaching your goals, not completing the manuscript, not taking the initial investment to start your self-publishing journey. So excuses are always going to be available, but so are opportunities. And it's really disheartening when sometimes, I get that text or I get that email or I see someone just selling themselves short in life, and it's because they have an excuse. So today I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do, 3 little action steps you can do to overcome making excuses. Because I think if you really understand the danger of your excuses and how it is actually hurting you in your productivity, how it's hurting you to get out of poverty, how it's hurting you to reach your destiny, then when you have the opportunity to use an excuse, you will not take it. Okay? That is the goal. So the first thing I want you to do is, I don't want you to look at your past failures, because most of the times people will look at their past failures and they'll use that as an excuse or not to try again. So for instance, I told you all how Sophisticated Press was not my first business. Sophisticated Press was actually my 4th or 5th business. I had so many before. But you all, I could have used that as an excuse that, oh, the first 3, 4 businesses didn't work, so let me not try it again. I could have definitely used that excuse. And guess what? It was true. It would have been true that, hey, the first 3 to 4 businesses didn't work, so let's not try it again. But if I would have used that excuse, man, I think about where I would be today. And it definitely wouldn't be here in my own office, in my home office. It definitely wouldn't be, living a life full of freedom where I don't have to ask, can I take a vacation? I don't have to ask, can I go to the bathroom? I don't have to ask, can I go sit with my loved ones? Like, I don't have to constantly be told that I'm not good enough because someone wants their best friend to get the job versus me. But if I would have took that excuse and not started my company, then it would have really hurt me if I would have just looked at my past failures. So it's important, you all, that yes, you're going to have some past failures, and that's actually good because you should be learning from your past failures. But the key is not to use your past failure as an excuse not to get up and try again. You have to get up and try again, and you have to understand that, again, excuses are going to always be available. There's always going to be something due. There's always going to be something that you can give your energy and your attention and your time to and your money to. But if you have a goal, then you need to be looking for a reason to complete that goal, not looking for an excuse to justify your lack of productivity. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is stop comparing your life to the world. Sometimes we look at other people's life and then we just make an excuse and say, I can't do that because I'm not like them. I don't have rich parents like them. I don't have I don't live in California like them. I don't have this, I don't have that. And you're looking at other people's lives and you're making excuses on why you can't get the things you want in life because you're busy comparing yourself to other people. And it's so important for you to understand that you don't have to compare yourself to other people. All you have to do is just do you. Just do you. It doesn't even matter like what other people have. We spend so much time every day looking at everybody else's life, liking and sharing and having conversations about everybody else's life. But the question is, what are you going to do to make people talk about you? Because you actually see what makes people talk about the celebrities, and you see the moves they make, you see the new houses that they purchase, you see the new bit clothesline, you see the new books, you see the new cosmetic lines, you see the new liquor line, and people are talking. You see the investments, you see the stocks they have. But what are you going to do to make the conversation be about you? Because if you keep making excuses, no one is going to have anything to say about you, but that you always have an excuse. And I'm here to tell you that, listen, it's not that the excuses are not valid. It's just that there's always going to be an excuse available to keep you from reaching your goals. Like whatever I want to do, I guarantee you I can find an excuse to justify not doing it. But is that really helping me or is that hurting me? You literally can find an excuse for everything, but is it helping you or is it hurting you? Let's look at one of the comments that was said. Karina, hey Karina. Karina said truth. It's so funny because I get emails and they're like, "Oh, I want to work on my manuscript, but I just got this and I just got that and I just got this." And I'm here to tell you that we got to stop waiting for life to be perfect to pursue our greatness. We gotta stop thinking that life is going to give us a break. Life is not going to give us a break. So you got to break through life. Because if you keep waiting for life to give you a break before you complete your goals, before you complete your book, before you start that business, before you leave that job that doesn't appreciate you, before you stop talking to that friend that's really jealous of you, but she want to talk to you every day and she want to keep looking at you with the side eye, that's not your friend. You know you're not supposed to still be on that job. You know you should have been done with that book by now. You know you should have started that business by now. But you're waiting on life to give you a break, and that's not realistic. Life doesn't give you a break to do what you want to do. You got to break through life. You got to take it by force. You got to decide that, as they say, come hell or high water, I'm going to complete this book. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to work for myself. Because what's happening is this, you all. Hey, Joshua. Joshua say, tell the truth. What's happening is I see a lot of people who know how to build everybody else's dream but their dream. And I was that person. Like, I was that person who could make 40 calls a day for my job, trying to sell their product and trying to pitch their product. And then when it came to pitching my product, I was tired after 2 phone calls. So we got to switch this. We got to switch it and we got to stop making the excuses because they're going to be valid. You can use every excuse and it's going to be valid, but you're hurting yourself. The next thing I want you to do, you all, is I want you to stop being selfish. When you make excuses, you're really being selfish. You're being selfish because God has given you his dreams and his goals for you to complete on the earth. He's giving you his dreams and his goals. I want you to write that book. I want you to start that business. I want you to connect with that person. And you busy making excuses. We seen it in the Bible. I'm just gonna go there for a minute. We seen it in the Bible when he told Moses to be his spokesperson, and Moses started making excuses. Well, I can't speak that good, and I can't this, and I can't that. So you're not in a boat by yourself, because it's biblical. People make excuses. But I'm here to tell you that your excuses is hurting you. They're not helping you. And when you make an excuse not to complete your book, when you make an excuse not to start that business, when you make an excuse not to fulfill that goal, you're being selfish. You're being selfish, and you're not thinking about your kids. You're not thinking about your legacy. You're not thinking about humanity, because somebody out there needs your book. Somebody out there needs your genius. Somebody out there needs your expertise, and you're busy making excuses, and they're waiting on you to show up so they can get their breakthrough. Joshua says, excuses are tools of incompetence. They build monuments of nothingness. Those who choose to use them seldom amount to anything. That's a lot. Let's say it again. Excuses are tools of the incompetent. They build monuments of nothingness. Those who choose to use them seldom amount to anything. I love that. You know, it's okay. And I like this. Let's keep this up there, because of the incompetent. You know, sometimes when you have to do something because you don't know it, your incompetency, you'll say, oh, well, because I don't know it, I'm not going to pursue it. That's the other thing that I'm seeing. People are making excuses because they don't want to do the research. They don't want to learn their craft. They don't want to learn how to work for themselves. They don't want to learn how to not only self-publish a book, but be a successful self-publisher. Because there's a difference. Then self-publishing a book and being a successful self-publisher, you have to want to go deeper. You have to want to learn more. You have to study the greats. You have to invest in a mentor. I tell people all the time, I don't tell you to do nothing I'm not doing. I have a mentor that I pay every month. I have a budget for personal and professional development. So I won't be incompetent. Because when you are incompetent, you'll use that as an excuse. Well, I don't know how to do that. Well, learn. Because you got YouTube University and you got Google University that will teach you everything you need to know. So being incompetent is really not an excuse anymore, because you now have access for the free to get any information that you need, to get any template that you need, to get any proposal template that you need. You now have access. You're just using the excuses as a stumbling block, and you're being selfish. And I think if you really look at yourself as being selfish when you use your excuses, you will begin to not use the excuses, because it's holding you back from reaching where God wants you to be. Like, I really need people to understand that, like, it's really just hurting you. So stop using excuses, you all. Do me that favor. And I told people, and Joshua can he can relate to this. You know, I don't like when someone posts something and the first thing somebody do is in the comments, let me know if you had this happen. Oh, I wish I can be there, but I can't. We be so quick to share the negative and what you can't do. Oh, I promise you, that's one of my pet peeves. If I post something, an event, if you can't come, just don't post it under my post. Because what you're doing is you're really spreading bad energy and negative energy. Like, the first post is, I wish I can come, but I have another arrangement. So, okay, then just keep it to yourself. Like, we got to stop these behaviors that we do, justifying things. Instead, if you can't make it, how about you ask in the comments, do you got a replay? If I purchase it, is there a replay? That's more positive than, sorry, I can't make it. That'd be the first post. I wish I can make it, but I can't make it. Don't tell me what you can't do. Tell me what you can do. Joshua say she will drag you by your edges if you tell her you can't. Because when I was younger, they used to tell me can and can't is brothers. I'm taking it way back. They used to tell me can and can't is brothers. And like, if you just really begin to notice and watch people, they are so quick to tell you what they can't do. And the same energy that it takes for you to tell me what you can't do, you can tell me what you can do. Like literally, it's the same amount of energy. Like you can say what you can do. So I always tell people, I don't want to hear what you can't do. I want to hear what you can do. I don't, and that helps them because we'll use what we can't do and think that that's a valid response, and it's not. Like you gotta get. I promise you, I gotta tell y'all. Listen, get hungry for results. I want you to get hungry for results. I want you to set the goal and get around people that's not going to let you be average. The problem is you're not around people that's making you rise to the occasion. See, I'm around people that I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let them down. And you got to get around the right people, and you got to get around people that's not allowing you to still be in the same situation you was in last year. You got to get around people that knows you're a genius and going to be like, did you get that second book out yet? Did you buy that property yet? Did you get your second space yet? Did you got to get around people like that. That's why I told people, when you work with me, you probably not gonna like me because I'm gonna do a lot of correcting, but it's not to belittle you. It's to make you be your best. Get around people that want to see you be your best. If you're around me and you see I'm falling off and you don't tell me I'm falling off, I'm from Chicago, so falling off mean if you see me lacking, if you see me not constantly gaining territory in the publishing industry, if you see me not helping people, if you see maybe my post is wrong and you don't come in my inbox and tell me my post is wrong, if you see I did a misspelling or something and you don't tell me that I misspelled that, you gotta watch people that's around you that just allow you to have a booger in your nose. And then you get home or you get in your car, you be like, so I was just in front of them for a whole hour and they ain't tell me I had a booger in my nose. It's called the booger nose test. Like you gotta stop being around people who will just allow you to not be correct in front of them, and they don't check you. They don't pull you by the collar and say, hey, you better than that. The way you responded today was you better than that. Okay? So I just wanted to come on today because everybody got excuses and you're looking for sympathy. You want people to say, oh, I understand. Okay, take 2 months off, take 3 months off. No, listen, your legacy is dependent on this. Your children need you to be great. In fact, I've been wanting to tell y'all this so bad because I'm a Christian. Y'all know that, right? I ain't pushing my God on nobody, but I got to say this. Listen, people, you can't tell people as a Christian, you can't tell people as a Christian that they need our God, and we not doing better than them, and we not richer than them. We're not more successful than them. We're not more peaceful than them. We're not more advanced than them. This is about being a trophy piece for your God. And I think when we understand that, we'll stop being so lackadaisical with the things that we need to do. Because don't no rich sinner want to hear a broke Christian tell them they need God. Like, What we doing? We behind. I can say that because I'm in the kingdom of God, and I'm telling you the kingdom of God is behind when it comes to the marketplace. And it's time for us to step it up. It's time for us to go deeper. It's time for us to get these books out, get these courses out, get these workbooks out, get these seminars out. It's time for us, if we have the creator inside of us, if we have the true and living God inside of us, and we have the God that created all things, it's time for us to be his trophy piece in the earth. So stop using these excuses, you all. Stop looking at your past failures just to find that if it didn't work 3 times, it ain't gonna work the fourth. No, this fourth time it's gonna work. So I need you to try it again. This fourth time it's gonna work. This fifth time it's gonna work. This seventh time it's gonna work. I need you to stop comparing your life to people, because I promise you, you don't know what they're going through. And social media is just that. People are gonna post the good. They're not gonna post the ugly. Most of the time, people don't post the ugly. So you're comparing yourself to a lie. And you're looking at yourself thinking that you're not winning when really you are winning. I had to literally tell myself that the other day, like, wait a minute. A happy marriage is not what it looked like on TV. It ain't your husband picking you up and carrying you across the doorstep. And a happy marriage is y'all going to bed and y'all ain't arguing. Y'all paying y'all bills. There's understanding. There's a nice tone when you all talking to each other. Like, stop comparing yourself to things that you see on social media and live the life that God gave you. Enjoy the wife or the husband that God gave you, and don't want them to look like a model because that's what you see on Instagram. Enjoy the husband and the wife that God gave you. Enjoy whatever. I've heard about people photoshopping their kids. I wish I would Photoshop my child to make somebody want to like the picture. Don't worry about no likes. The only likes you need is from God, honestly. Because what people don't understand is one person that God sent you to endorse your book, to endorse your business, is better than 1,000 likes. Because most of us have all of these people that follow us, and if we ask them right now for a quarter, not even $1, if you ask every follower you got right now for 1/4, I guarantee you they would not give it. So you going through all these loops and hoops for people that's not even going to give you a quarter. A quarter. Okay? And then lastly, stop being selfish. When you make the excuses, you actually being selfish to your legacy. You being selfish to your children. You being selfish thinking that because you're not going to do it, you're the only one being affected. You affecting the world. Every gift that you withhold, you are affecting humanity. I need you to understand how big you are and how big the assignment is on your life. Okay? Before we close out, is there any questions? I just really had to share this because people be looking for sympathy when they give me an excuse. And I be like, I can't give you sympathy because then you're going to think that that's the right thing to do. Yeah, I can say I'm praying for you. Yeah, I can say get well soon. But plan out your life. If you know you got a surgery coming up, schedule you some content. If you know bills is tight, when you get your income tax, when you get your stimulus check, put a couple of hundreds up for you to get personal development, because if not, you're going to remain in poverty. And this time next year, you're going to still have them same goals when you should have new goals. Stop looking for sympathy with these excuses, and it's time to execute. It's time to execute. Because I don't know if you notice, it's only going to get worse out here in this marketplace. And if you don't prepare your family, you're going to have to do what somebody else tells you to do to make money. So you need to set up yourself and set up your book to create multiple streams of income so you can have the freedom to decide what you want to do and what you want to put in your body. But if you work for somebody else, you have to do what they tell you to do because it's their company. Everybody should have at least one business, whether it's making $100,000 a year or not. You should have at least one. Everybody should have at least one business. And I know they say, oh, well, that's not realistic. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you what I know. If it was me and if I were you, I would find out how to have at least one business, because you're going to need multiple streams of income, because you just don't know how the you just don't know how the marketplace is going to be, and you never want to put your full responsibility of your kids getting fed and led by somebody else. That's my whole thing. It's my responsibility to feed and lead my child. And in order for me to make sure that I stay in control of that, I have to stay in business. All right. All right. Well, you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. If there are no questions about your book, about entrepreneurship, about anything, then we'll close out. But I just want to come on and talk to you and tell you that today, if there's no questions, listen, you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. Listen, hey, I get happy at this part, because I do. I love you all with the love of Jesus Christ. I am so, so, so proud of you. And I know you can do it. And we should talk to you soon.